Frederica, and I'm back with another video. Today is Vlogmas Day 14 and 15. I'm just going to combine the two videos, otherwise I would have to do two uploads, and it really wouldn't make sense for me to do that because it's kind of along the same subject that I'm doing tonight. I'm just going to be talking about like the best books I found, either if I thrifted them or if I bought them, and you know, this is to go along with the Self-Care Sunday series that I'm doing. My daughter's been taking over and doing a great job, by the way. I'm so proud of her, and handling the vlogs and videos for me when I'm just too busy or, you know, can't do them, or dealing with her brother, you know. So I appreciate that, and thank you, sweetheart, for doing that for me. But tonight we're going to be talking about, like I said, books that I've thrifted or either I found, you know, and I bought myself. Now I used to go to Barnes & Noble a lot and get books, you know, and they're very expensive here. You can barely get a discount, okay? But they do have discounts, don't get me wrong. But you have to find it on a good day. They have to have like clearance, it has to be discounted. And then they have like a Barnes & Noble like club or something where I think if you sign up you can get like 20% off, you know, and that helps a lot depending on what books you want to buy. And sometimes they have clearance items too, so that helps as well. But all in all, the books are super expensive, and you know, sometimes you don't want to do that. Part of self-care too is trying not to spend a lot of money for things that you love, and I think that's very important, you know, when you're doing self-care things. And to me, I like reading, like, you know, you take a shower before you go to bed and just like close it up to a nice book, you know, and read a couple pages. You may not be able to read it all, but you read here and there, and then finally you've gotten rid of a book, you know. So I found a lot of great books there. So I've had some recent pickups, but because of, like, I think COVID and everything, they don't have books as much, but you can go to Google online and you can shop there as well if you want to get books. And all the books that I've got have basically been new, you know. I found great cooking books, I found like dictionaries, I found romance novels, just you name it. They have everything when it comes to books at the thrift store. And you don't need to buy books anywhere that you want. You have books, and you can find a lot of books on Amazon too, online. So there's lots of places where you can go for like great books, you know. And so if you like candles and stuff too, then you know you can find it at Bath and Body Works, or you can find it, you know, at, I think they have it at Dollar Tree too, if I'm not mistaken. But I've never used Dollar Tree candles before, so I can't really recommend those for you, because I don't like to recommend you guys things that I've never tried. But there is one thing that I did try that I put in the November 29th vlog. So check out any of my previous videos to see that. There was a deodorant that I used, and I can't think of the name of it right now. I tried to look for it now, and I can't find it tonight for this video, but it really works good. And I've used Tom's, right? Tom's to me doesn't work so good because it doesn't stick on. Like if you're sweating, you're perspiring, you know, like you're going to be lifting something, you might be doing a lot of working around and stuff, like lifting stuff, you know, just busy. And if you're sweating, it has no power. But this new brand that I got from Burlington Soap Factory the other day, on the 29th of March, if you check it out, you'll see it. It's really good, and I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. So I really like that a lot. So let's get into the books that I found. This one is Siblings, You're Stuck with Each Other, So Stick Together. This is by James J. Christ, PhD, and Elizabeth Burdick. This is a very good book that tells kids, like, you know, you're stuck with each other, so you might as well get along. And I bought this for my daughter, because she's the oldest. And sometimes her little brother gets on her nerves, you know, so this comes in handy. So anyway, it's by Siblings, You're Stuck with Each Other, So Stick Together. It's by Free Spirit Publishing, James J. Christ, PhD, and Elizabeth Burdick. And it's by Laugh and Learn. Publishers or whatever. But Free Spirit Publishers, but it's like a Laugh and Learn series, I think. So that's one good book. And another good book is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. It's all small stuff. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. Richard Carlson, PhD, co-author of the Handbook for the Soul. And this is a #1 New York Times bestseller. 85. Recipes, tips, and inspiring ideas for enticing your child to eat and enjoy fruits and vegetables. Ooh, we need this book. As moms, it's so hard to get your kids to eat vegetables without putting like ranch sauce on it or something. Or ketchup. My daughter loves ketchup. She puts ketchup on everything. The only thing she doesn't put ketchup on is her mom. And I'm really surprised that the girl loves ketchup. But anyway, this book is kind of like enhancing what we as parents always try to tell the kids, like eating your veggies helps you to grow and be strong and vibrant. And this book is by Nicola Graves, and it also has a fun sticker chart in it. So I thought this was a great book. And they also have brain foods too for kids. Which I wish I had found that book. I didn't find it. So just inside you can see there's pineapples, and they have great recipes in here and stuff. So I like books like this. I like recipe books. So comment down below what kind of books you guys like to read in your spare time. I like recipe books. I like inspirational books. I don't know what you would classify this is, but I think maybe this is inspirational. Yeah, I think inspirational. And motivational books, those are my thing. Romance, not so much. I used to like romance a lot, like in my high school years, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Like when I got in college and stuff, I did not. And look, speaking of college, if you ladies that went to college, you already know college is super expensive. Books are super expensive. Like my textbook, I paid like $120 for one textbook. Like that's ridiculous, you know? But they used to have this website when I was in college too, and they might still have it, usetextbooks.com. And it's not sponsored, I just remember them off the top of my head, where you could get books at a fraction of the price. But now some of the bookstores in college, they'll let you buy used books, so that'll like lessen the cost. But some of the books are like first edition books. So if it's first edition books, you're not gonna get no sales or anything like that on that first edition book. You gotta buy it. And if it's $120, you gotta buy it for $120. So books can be expensive. So that's why you kinda gotta search around and see where you can get good books from for a reasonable price. So again, this is 85, and that's the author's name. Hope you can find that. If not, you can find other great books that you love, I'm sure. Let's see. Then this book was really good. Like, this is old school. This is like, ooh. I'm trying to see if I can find a copyright date. It used to be $25, by the way. But let me see. I'll tell you ladies in a minute. Well, it's a good quote in here too. It says, "Men are born to succeed, not to fail," by Henry David Thoreau. I used to use him a lot in my Positive Inspiration radio show. This Henry David Thoreau, the writer here who wrote all the quotes. I used him a lot in my radio show. But I'm checking. Oh, this was actually in 1991. So this is a vintage book. And this is called "Do It. Let's Get Off of Our Butts" by John Roger and Peter McWilliams. So it's just like a whole guy like trying to tell you, look, get off your butt, do it, make a list. There's something about discouragement reveals our courage. And this is really good. They have another great quote in here. It says, "Courage is doing what you're afraid to do. There can be no courage unless you're scared." And that's by Eddie Rickenbacker. This chapter was about discouragement. Reveals courage. So basically what, off the top of my head, what I can remember about that meaning is, even though you're discouraged about something, it still can reveal your courage. So just find the strength of being discouraged so that you can then be encouraged and keep doing what you want. It was just like the quote said, if we're not scared to do something, then, you know, we won't even try. But sometimes we have to force ourselves into doing something. Just like this. I really didn't want to, I mean, I have a radio TV background in my first history with college or whatever, but this was something that I really couldn't like fathom myself doing. But this kind of grew out of like me being sad, you know, about losing my mom and stuff, and I just wanted to have some kind of energy, you know. I wanted to like put that energy and motivate people that, you know, despite being sad and, feeling like you lost somebody that you really love and you'll never see them ever again, that, I can encourage somebody and I can come on here, I can lift my spirits, I can lift you guys' spirits, and that's what kind of brought me to like YouTube, and just kind of sharing my life with you and sharing different things that I love and just different general things like that. But honestly, that's really why I started, because I created an account in 2008 on YouTube, just like going looking at different videos that I like. I like 90s music a lot, and then I love gospel music, so I would just go in and just find different random artists that I love and compile playlists and things like that on YouTube. So it took me to 2020 to start the channel. I lost my mother, so I really wasn't out here trying to start YouTube or do YouTube, but it just grew out of a place for me that I was hurting and I was crying every day, and I said, well, you know what, let me just try to put that energy into something else, you know what I mean? So, hopefully my mom will be proud of me. She's going to tell me I love her dearly, and always she's my number one supporter, and she always would tell me, when I would go to see her, she was like, you know what, you never forget me, so that makes me happy to know that she knew that I didn't ever forget her, and even to this day, I'll never forget her. But anyway, I think this is a good book. It's like a to-do list. It also was a New York Times bestseller, so if you can find some New York Times bestsellers at the thrift store, then you know what? Go for it. It's a good book. And let's see. Oh, this one is called Happy for No Reason. 7 Steps to Being Happy from the Inside Out. Another New York Times bestseller. She's also the co-author of Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul and a featured teacher in The Secrets. Her name is Marcy Shimoff with Carol Klein. Okay, so it says 7 Steps to Being Happy from the Inside Out. I haven't gotten a chance to read this, so I can't really give you a heads up on it, but it's basically a self-help. I like self-help books too. There's a lot of things you can help yourself. Just right off the bat, there's something here, the good vibes of gratitude. So this is good. This is good stuff. The good vibes of gratitude. So I can see that. I found some good books. And normally what I do is I'll read the backs and then I'll judge by the title. I don't know what are you guys' methods of trying to find good books? My methods are I'll look at the title, see it's a New York Times bestseller. Okay, that's good. Those are pointers. Then I'll read the back of it, you know what I mean? And then I'll just kind of make my judgment from there if it's going home with me or not, So far I think I found some good books. And this one is called What Makes a Family. I got this at Barnes & Noble. This was an exceptional value for $5.98. So that was good. I really don't know what this was about yet. It's the heart of who we are. What makes a family? Well, let me see. I haven't read the back before. Read the novels of Colleen Faulkner. Okay, as close sisters, they share the emotions of 4 very different women and their personal journeys through heartbreak, hope, and joy. Faulkner addresses serious topics that will evoke both tears and laughter while leaving readers contemplating the unbreakable bonds of friendship. Really interesting. Okay. Well, this is a good time. Here. Oh, the Dollar Tree has books, guys. I don't know if you know this, but I'm trying to think what the section would be in. Just ask them at the front if you don't know. They definitely have brand new books there for $1. Can you imagine giving somebody you love that loves books for $1? You can get 5 books for $5 and whatever the tax is. Please, that's a bargain. Instead of candle, you got gifts under $10. You know what I mean? So me, that would be a great present for me. I don't really care about lavish gifts. I like to give more than receive anyway. And some people, another thing about giving, some people have this these are people that are kind of negative though. They have the notion like, oh, they're giving to me because they want to feel like they're doing something special, or they want to feel like they're big. No, honey. If somebody is spending their money on you, then obviously they think highly of you. So you should never get it twisted and think like, oh, we're doing this because we're trying to show off or anything. Because that's just not my mentality whatsoever. But I've heard people say that, like, oh yeah, they're trying to give because they want to make themselves look good and this and that. No, that's not why you give. You know, you're supposed to give from your heart. You know, and I know that's not one of the reasons why I give. I'm sure that's not the reason that my husband gives. You know what I mean? Whatever we do it from within our heart, because I think it's good to give. You know what I mean? Just like you receive, you should want to give too. And that's what Christmas is about. It's about giving. It's about the Christmas spirit. It's about Jesus' birth. It's about love. It's about friendship. It's about loss. It's about remembrance. It's a lot of things. That's why I love Christmas so much, because it will invoke in you all these like joyous emotions that you need to have. You know what I mean? So it invokes you with the love of Christ. You know what I mean? So these things are all important when you are giving gifts to someone. You know, it's not because you want to show off or you want to look good, because that's just a bad mentality. And I think that's people who are very like negative. You know, if somebody's going out of their way to find you something special and spend money on you, obviously they loved you, or they liked you, or they thought enough of you to give you a present. You know what I mean? So I never think that way. When somebody gives me something, whether it costs 50 cents or $1, or if it's just a card, it's just they thought of me. You know, that makes me happy that they even thought of me. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure there's lots of other people on their mind, but they thought of me. And it's this one beautiful lady, Elizabeth, that sends me a card every single year without fail. And she's a neonatal nurse. You know, and her whole ward had been affected by COVID, where they had to move the babies to a different floor. You know what I mean? And like that's what she was affected by, because she's a nurse, a neonatal nurse. So like the babies had to be moved to a different floor, and they had to get used to a different floor during COVID or whatever. But she never fails, her and her son, to send me a picture. And I'm like a picture, like a card with their picture on it, and it's just really sweet, you know. So I love that about her. She's a phenomenal woman. Thank you, Elizabeth. Shout out to you. Okay. And let's get back to our book haul. This one is God is in the small stuff, and it all matters. Limited edition, over 500,000 copies of this book were sold. So maybe this is a limited edition. So this is like a good book, kind of rare, you know. So it says, Stop Worrying and Invite God into the Details of Your Life by Bruce and Stan. Promise Press. I like to read at night, but you know, maybe when the kids go back to school, and we're no longer doing like online school, I will be able to like have a cup of coffee and read the book too, you know, sometimes. Let's see what this one is about. Okay, so big that he fashioned the entire glorious world we live in. So big that he orchestrates the wild dance of planets and universes we've yet to explore. So big that he cares about even the seemingly ordinary little details of your life. Because those small things really matter. What you said this morning to your spouse, how you spend your extra money, when you choose a moment to lift a coworker's sagging spirits, who you are when no one's looking. God is in the little details like these. That's where you'll find him encouraging you, challenging you, cherishing you. That's where you'll find him inviting you to stop worrying and start living. That's where you'll find him revealing his love for you. Bruce and Stan show you where to look. This book was originally $4.99, so it's inspirational. But I thrifted this, but I don't think I paid $4.99 for it, maybe $2.99. Their books are a little bit cheaper at the thrift store, but it was a brand new book. And I said, hey, I love it. Get it. And I've read a couple pages out of it. It's really, really awesome. I give it an A+. This is by Lauren Conrad, which I adore Lauren Conrad. She's at Kohl's. She used to be on the show I used to watch with her. Like they used to have a reality show or whatever. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, that's right, I'm tipping on my tongue. But light, dramatic. Los Angeles is all about hot clubs, cute guys, designer, everything. And 19-year-old Jane Roberts. And I kind of feel maybe this was a play on, like, maybe the reality show that she was doing then. But I'm sure it wasn't really about her. But anyway, this was done in 2009. This book, 2009. So, it's about to be a classic, right? It's 11 years old. Can you imagine? Wow. Crazy. But that's where she is. She honestly looks insane. Okay? Girlfriend's taking care of herself. So, this is one of the books, Ellie Candy, a novel, and good read. Okay, the next book, I got this from Dollar Tree. It's called Hoodwink. 10 Myths Moms Believe and Why We All Need to Knock It Out by Karen Emmett and Ruth Schwenk. Karen Emmett, her name is similar to mine. That's cool. I thought that was really cool. That kind of drew me to the book too. But then I like the fact 10 myths that moms believe and why we all need to knock it out. So let me see. So, does it take a village to raise a child? Ever since my firstborn was small, I've been praying for women who would connect with my daughter, inspire her, help draw her out of her God-given passions, and model for her what it means to follow Christ. By the time she was 12, she had latched onto a few wonderful women with whom she spent much time. She babysit their kids, helped them clean their house, or taught sign language or English to their homeschooled children. In the meantime, she was also watching these women parent their kids, relate to their husbands, and serve God. Later on, when Kenna was struggling with an issue as a teen, she'd oftentimes pick up the phone or ask to use the car and head out to spend a little time with one of these women. You know, it never bothered me, while I heard other moms lament about the fact that their daughters weren't coming to them or opening up when they felt they might be struggling. I instead would ask God to show me my place. Often my place was on my knees before Him, but quiet for her. A wise friend once told me, don't always talk to your kids about God. Sometimes instead you gotta talk to God about your kid. So he and I would chat, and many times he'd tell me the same thing to shut my mouth. Make Kenna her favorite snack, and leave her a little note telling her I loved her. No lip flapping needed about the current issue at hand. Looking back now on my nearly 25-year-old daughter's life, I see the way God orchestrated the placement of people in her path who have helped mold and shape her, inspiring her to be more like Jesus. So this is this book, $4. I think that's so inspiring. That's cool. Anyway, these are the authors here on back, and normally it was $14.99. So don't sleep on the Dollar Tree. And these are the beautiful authors who wrote the book. That's what I got to need to do too. Like, we should do a video, right? Where I go and do like Dollar Tree, just find good books at Dollar Tree. Like, go to like maybe 3 Dollar Trees on that day and just find books. Because each Dollar Tree will have different books. So if you guys have Dollar Tree where you are and you find some books, drop a comment, you know, so I can listen to the book when I go. If you liked it and it was inspiring to you, drop a comment down below. You know, we connect with the community. Oh, and shout out to Angelique for finding the nail polishes for me. I ordered them, girl. Thank you so much. And thank you for commenting on that Self-Care Sunday video. Okay, here's another book. This one is called No Strings Attached. It's a national bestseller. You see, I'm only telling you guys about national bestsellers, New York Times bestsellers. That's all I'm grabbing right now, okay? This one is by Kate Angel. This is kind of a summer read, but you can read anytime, you know. It says, grab a beach chair, sunscreen, and a Kate Angel book for a great summer read. This one is like a love story, so to speak. I'll just read the back of it. It used to be $9.95, but I got this at Dollar Tree too. I remember. As a professional volleyball player, June Case attracts scores of pretty women who flock to his side, but only one has managed to get under his skin. Sophie Saunders, unlike the skimpy-clad beach groupies, Sophie marches to a beat all her own. And though she's afraid of the surf, burns in the sun, and has 2 left feet that doesn't doesn't stop her from trying every daring sport available on the boardwalk. Do know Sophie spells trouble, and he should keep his distance, especially since he's a no-strings-attached kind of guy. But he can't ignore an overwhelming instinct to protect her. And with the promise of ice cream sandwiches, merry-go-round rides, and dreamy sunsets, it's only a matter of time before Doom gives in to the temptation of Sophie's soft lips. Wow. Okay. Well, this is a romance novel. So, there you go. So I got some good finds. Oh, and last but certainly not least, because we're going to keep doing like book finds, okay? And I'm definitely going to do that idea where we do 3. Oh, and I also looked into the idea. I looked into the what I was telling you guys about Self-Care Sunday, when I did the nail polish video. Yeah, when I was introduced to nail polishes and we did like decorating this. What I was telling you guys about like how they find different colors and how they come up with names for shoes and colors of nail polishes. I did research it, and what they were saying is that you just come up like randomly with names and things like that. It's just not really a real method to it. They just go with different like random names, and it's like, you know, sometimes it seems like people's names, or if they were influenced by something or influenced by someone. It's just like an accumulation of things, you know what I mean? Like you might collect flowers, and then you might collect something here, and then you put it all together, you know, and then they'll come up with a color, the name of a color or something, or the name, the design of shoe. So I thought that was really, really interesting, and I said I was going to bring that back to you all. But let me get to this last book, okay? It's on the floor. So excuse me, grab it, okay? Oop, I came back too far. But anyway, this is a Scholastic Children's Dictionary. If your children are in online school like mine are. Hi, Lovelees. Forgot to film the outro. I just want to share one more book with you all as well. Scholastic Children's Dictionary. I've thrifted this actually, but the first book that I needed when my daughter needed a book like this, I got from Barnes & Noble, which cost me about $22.49. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky to find one when I might have been thrifting, but I did find this for my son, and it wound up being $3.99, a real bargain. And I know how much these cost, so I was happy to find it. And it's brand new, great condition, reference tool. It has all kinds of special features about bird histories, language notes, spelling hints, and synonym tips. Just my daughter's does too, but hers was just bought at Barnes & Noble. So the purpose of this video was basically just to show you where you can find great books for bargains at Dollar Tree, and also by thrifting, you know. So just open your eyes. That's what the channel is all about. Trying to tell you guys about where you can find different things for you to help you enhance your lifestyle and your fashion choices. Okay, I love you, Lovelees, and I will see you in the next one. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.